Hi there, Scary Gary. Glad you guys came back again. Well, we're really doing part 3 of our hot water heater conversion today, and one of the added benefits is the gained storage space. Now, before I didn't have any bottom shelf at all. It was all closed in down there. I was able to box it in, frame it up, using just 1x2s, using 1/4 inch plywood. I did paint the plywood a lighter color, so it pretty well matches the same color that's on the side here, but it also makes it lighter down there where you can see. And it was a little bit of a process, but it was just it's just screws, nails, boards. One of the main problems was there was a big hole in the bottom of the floor where they were bringing up the water lines and the electric lines. And also the electric lines, they were going across the floor and tied off at different places. They didn't really care because it was all inside that cabinet. So first matter was to reroute the electric lines. That there was the ones going to the hot water heater. Now, that was going to be done no matter what. The ones coming from the controller that's on the outside, I basically attached those to one of the new cross braces that I put to support the shelf above, because that's one hidden advantage that we have with this, is that before there basically was just like a 1x1 on the front and a 1x1 around the edges, and the whole middle of it, and it's just like 1/4 inch plywood, so it was very flimsy. Now you actually have a support going across, you have another support coming in this way, and then I made the front edge, I actually trimmed it back just a little bit, and I made the front edge with a board which was a 1x2, and it's got a lip on it now, so things won't come flying out or leaning on the edge, so when you open the door, everything falls out. The other problem was there was one of my running lights that was through the wall, and of course the cord just went across the floor, so I had to kind of run it behind or underneath the hot water heater on the one side, and it made it so that I put an extra panel on the back, an extra plywood panel to cover up that, so it wouldn't just have this hole in a wire back there that you've got a chance of reaching back in there and grabbing and pulling your wire out, then you have to fix it. Now, the hot water heater and that one specific wire that is behind those specific panels, I made those so that they could be screwed in and screwed out so that I have access to the hot water heater in the future. You never know. I mean, these things, they may have to be worked on. If I do change this out and I want to move the Truma to another camper, I'm going to need to basically take all this out and then put it back the way it was before, which I kept that front panel. And I just have to do a little bit of revision with it, but it'll be good. Now, for the hole in the floor, after all that, I got a piece of vinyl, like the stuff to snap together that you get. And I actually went and I wanted to buy just one piece, but you can't buy one piece of vinyl like at Home Depot or, most places. But what they will do 99% of the time is they'll give you a sample of it, because, they just went to, so they'll give you a whole piece, and they gave me a whole piece, which I only needed a little spot because the hole was about this big, so I only needed a little piece. And I just picked out a color that was fairly close to the color of the floor. Now, granted, it's a little bit thicker, so your floor down there, luckily it's against the wall, so the floor in there does jump up a little bit, but I just put some silicone sealant down at the bottom and just actually glued it to the floor, and then kind of sanded the edges off so it would be somewhat smooth, so it's not going to catch anything up. Now, the only other wire that was in there, which we talked about that on one of the other videos, was the 110 plug that was there for the old hot water heater. And again, I put that and reran it and made myself a new plug on the other side. So, and I was able to gain 3.4 square feet, and the space is about 15 inches high, so that's almost 4 cubic feet of storage space. Additional benefit is we'd always stored our broom kind of back by the bunks on the wall, and I honestly, every time we'd stop, the broom had fallen off of there, and it actually even kind of messed up the wallpaper a little bit in one specific spot where the command strip had kind of pulled away from it just with the rattling. So I was able to cut a little slot into the shelf also that allows the broom to set in there. And that's where we had our broom in the original Loretta. It was down in that section. It was a definite improvement. And in trailers, when you can get some storage, you know, that's great. And you might be a little concerned about adding storage or adding the weight of the boards that I put in there. But I tell you, you had a 6-gallon hot water heater before that was quite a bit bigger than this little hot water heater and a lot less weight, even when it's empty. But just do the math. 6 gallons of water alone is far more weight than the wood was. And as normal, I am going to take it to a CAT scale afterwards and just see what my weight did go up. And you know, I bet you I actually lost weight when it was said and done. Well, I can't emphasize enough how happy we are with the tankless hot water heater and how happy we are with the additional storage space. Well, I hope this has been informative, and I sure hope to see you all next time.
If you like the video, give it a thumbs up.
Turn on your post notifications.
Put the comments down below.
Subscribe and you make us happy, right, Maggie? Oh.
Oh,